Hey guys, this is Brian again. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not doing a repair. We're going to look at a new piece of equipment that Titan has. It's the Impact 120 backpack sprayer. Going to kind of go through what comes with this unit, and then we're going to actually use it. We're not going to do an unboxing. You know what a box looks like. You don't need to see me pulling it out. This isn't Christmas morning. Before we get started, make sure you use all the proper safety equipment, safety glasses and everything that you need for whatever job you're doing. With that being said, I've already got this thing pulled out of the box. It is the, again, Titan Impact 120. It's their backpack sprayer. And this is everything that comes with it, which there's another battery and the charger, but I got them set up now to actually charge so we can use them here shortly. But it comes with the 18 volt, 4 amp hour battery. It comes with two of them. These are Bosch. Good decent battery. It's a lithium ion. It comes with two of those. It comes with your airless hose, tip housing with your seals, two different tips. You got a fine finish type tip or a low pressure tip, and your standard tip. It comes with a grounding wire, also with your grounding plug, and you have a 90-degree elbow, and it comes with the RX80 Titan gun. Now, that's basically everything in the box right there, except for the trash. So we're just going to kind of go over this thing real quick. This right here is going to be a holder for your hose, so that way when you're spraying this on your back, you have excess hose, you pull this off, throw your hose on it, throw it back on, and it'll hold your hose. You'll see how it's done later on when you actually use it. These are your tabs to hold the top on. Pull it, they're tight, so it's not just going to pop open on you. You're going to pull down, you'll open it up, the other side comes off as well. That's inside of the hopper. You got a strainer down in there, which will filter out the trash that may be in paint that has already been used and resealed. Oh, wait a minute. You see that's your prime hose right here. So when you go to prime, which is prime knob here, that's prime. Excuse me, that's spray. And that's actually prime right there. So the recycled circle is prime, and this is spray. Side of the machine, this is your where your airless hose goes. This is pressure up and pressure down. Your on off switch also comes with a QR code. You might want to hit that because that'll tell you some things that you'll need to know that won't be touched in this video. On the back of the sprayer, you got a quick start guide. So since this is basically new to most everybody out there, you're going to want to kind of read through this the first few times you go to use this thing to make sure that you're doing what you need to do the way it needs to be done. This little piece is your grounding wire, grounding connection, excuse me, for your grounding wire. And what you're going to do, one end of this, you got your eyelet, it'll attach right here. You will not need this every time. You will need to use this anytime you suspect or you know that you have a combustible material. This is not meant to spray flammable materials. So it is not meant to spray certain types of paints and primers that are listed as flammable. Look on the back of your container. The container will tell you if it's combustible or if it is flammable. If it is flammable, do not use it. So no hot solvents, certain primers like Ben, you will not be able to use in this. Lacquers, you will not be able to use in this. Your basic oils and latexes or acrylics will be okay because a lot of your oil bases are not flammable. They are just combustible. So make sure you take a look. And if any question comes into your mind, if it's combustible or if it's not, use the ground anyway. Be safe. This is not a backpack flamethrower, not by design, but it will become one if you use it improperly. Normally you would just take this, and if you're outside somewhere, you just clamp it on anything metal. If you're not somewhere where you can do that, it also comes with this. You would clamp it to the end of this, and this actually plugs into your receptacle in the house. It's got two dummy spades, and it has a ground stem on it, so that it grounds directly into the electrical system of the house. So again, you're going to hook your pressure hose here. You're going to hook your gun to your hose. Everything's going to be basically normal. Now I would suggest using 2 wrenches to tighten this up. You don't want to try to tighten this up here and possibly, don't know, but possibly damage something inside. You don't need to put all that torque inside. You need to put it on the connection and the hose itself. Now this 90°, there's 2 rules, two schools of thought on this. One would be to put it here. One would be to put it here. And it's going to swivel on the gun because the gun has a live swivel on it. So when you move, this is going to tweak back and forth as you're spraying with it. Or here, it is not going to swivel. It will stay stationary. But some people may find it more comfortable, instead of the hose shooting out of the side and you're pulling it around, this is directing it alongside of your body to you. Or, excuse me, in this case, it would be directing it back if you have any excess. So depending on how long your hose is, could direct closer to your arm or could direct to the back. Or if it's here, you know, it's obviously it's going to swivel back and forth to allow ease of maneuvering the gun. So I'm not going to subject you to watching me attach all of this. If you don't know how to do this sort of thing, attaching the gun to the machine, you need to find another job. Otherwise, I'm going to attach all of this and we're going to run it with some water and then we're going to jump over to some paint. Okay guys, back over here with the new setup. I've already dumped some water into it. Like I said, we're going to run water first. And I always recommend that on a new piece of equipment. Run water through it first, flush out anything that's in it before you throw your paint in there. You don't want to cross contamination. The battery goes in the bottom here. That's your battery. Pretty simple. Slips in like that. It locks. If that's too complicated for you, again, find a different line of work. So we've got on the side here, you got your on-off switch, pressure control, prime. I've already got it up to prime so that we're set here ready to prime. So now at this point, I'm going to turn it on. This is your pressure control. I'm actually going to turn the pressure down. I don't like to start stuff wide open. Turn the pressure down. It's on prime, so we're going to turn it on. And we got a leak. I forgot to put it on myself. And the reason that happened, I forgot to tell you. I put this on, I wanted to try it both ways, how it felt. So I put the 90° at the gun, and it comes across here, the hose does. Some people may like that. I didn't like the way that felt personally, but you know, you could do it however you want. So I threw it on here so that the hose comes up, and as you can see, the excess I've got latched on here, which is what I was mentioning earlier in the video. The excess will go there. You can run up to 50 feet of hose on this, so you can set it on the floor and use it. You can carry it from the top, or you can put it on your back. But so I got it tightened up now. But I switched it over and it got sidetracked, phone call, whatever, and I forgot to tighten it up, which is always a good learning point here. Always check your stuff before you use it. So I failed on that. So I've got it tightened up now. So we're going to turn it on. And this is your prime hose here. You might be able to see it as the water comes up. And you see it's pretty quiet. It's coming up. The water's dumping into the container. So we're going to turn it over to spray. I'm going to pull the trigger. Well, I don't even have to do that. Alright, so it's built pressure and it has stopped. Now, I'm going to, let's see if I can do this without getting it on the machine. So this is just water here. Again, I don't like to use paint right off the bat. I like to use water to basically flush the system out. But I got it set on the lowest pressure, which is number 1. And when you pull the trigger, it's actually a pretty good fine mist, even with this purple tip. And purple tips are not meant for super fine finishes. I'm going to go ahead and turn the pressure to about half. See if you can see a difference there. Still a nice fine mist. Not a massive jump into pressure. So we're going to turn it all the way up to 5. You can hear the difference in the motor as it runs. Let me grab something real quick. I don't have the top on the unit because I'm not planning on walking around with it at the moment. Once I put the paint in there, we will. So I'm just going to throw a little water against the cardboard here. Turn the pressure back down. Dump off that pressure. I just want to see what it'll do with the water. That's a pretty light coat, and that's sitting at a 3. Turn it back at the 5. There's a definite difference in the two, but this thing is really quiet. It's smooth in how it sprays. All right, done playing with it. We're going to throw some paint in this thing, and we're going to set it up, and we're going to spray probably the door in the back of the warehouse here. See what I got.